Doctor Strange versus Scarlet Witch. Wait, something about that fight sounds really familiar, doesn't it? They could have made a whole movie about this fight. Could they? Nah, that doesn't sound right. Anyways, you definitely haven't seen this fight before. Because today, well, we got the most powerful versions of both these characters going at it. House of M, Scarlet Witch, the version who can shape reality with just a word, is going up against Black Priest Doctor Strange, the version who can reshape reality with some words. They're more powerful than Thanos, than Galactus, than all the Avengers and all the heroes across the whole universe. But who's coming out on top here in a fight in the battle arena? Well, let's get into it. And if you want to see more videos like this, well, be sure to subscribe to Danco with the notifications on. We always really appreciate the support. What do you do when your world ends? I'm not talking about the apocalypse, the mind prophecy, final hoorah kind of world ending. No, this one is much more personal. What do you do when your world ends? What do you do when your kids that you created with your mind that actually turned out to be Satan demon spawned with Mephisto? What do you do when they disappear? When they're taken from you? Well, if you're anything like Scarlet Witch, you go absolutely freaking insane. You just freaking lose it. She thought that the Avengers had kidnapped her children, so she turned her reality warping powers on them, making it look like the Kree Empire was invading Earth, and it actually resulted in Hawkeye's death. The Avengers find out that Wanda was behind the attack. That was really her all along. And not just that, but she was tapping into chaos magic. That was way more powerful than she'd ever used before. Around this time, Magneto came through and picked her up, like your dad picking you up from school when you were in detention or something like that, and took her off to the mutant island. Professor X tried to look into her mind and realized that, like, oh shit, Wanda can't control this magic. She's gonna kill all of us. And so the X-Men and the Avengers met up, called a little powwow, and decided that since Scarlet Witch is going to kill all of them, their only option is to kill her first. Quicksilver overhears this, convinces Wanda that she can fix all of this, then boom, flash of white, scene change. We're now in House of M, where mutants are the dominant species in the world. They've taken over, and it's all Wanda's doing. She created a whole new alternate universe. And not just that, but she even went so far as to give everyone their heart's deepest desires. But as these things always do, cracks begin to form. People began to notice, starting with Wolverine, but it turned into where everyone realized what was going on. Even Magneto, and he was straight up like the ruler of the world. He was out there doing true pimp dressing up with all his medals and everything. So you know when he realized what was going on, it was all over. And Magneto is pissed. He even kills his own son Quicksilver. Of course, Wanda brings him right back to life, because why not? She's that powerful. Then she loses it again, which is just par for the course here at this point. She starts ranting and raving about how mutants suck, about how they're the worst thing ever, just freaks of nature. And while she agrees to set everything back to the way it was, at the last second, she's just like, F y'all on the way out. You know what? No more mutants. And with that, boom, everything is back to normal. Except, not really. Because Wanda managed to strip 98% of all the mutant population of all their powers. Just leave them powerless and useless like the rest of us normies. And it's not just Earth 616 either. This spell affected literally everything. Everything. And hit it all on a deep level. It stretched out across the entire multiverse, zipping and zapping through countless worlds and dimensions, affecting billions of souls. Doctor Strange even said that while he could reverse Wanda's spell, if he did, reality itself would implode. The spell was officially woven through all there is, or was, or will be. With just three little words, Scarlet Witch was able to do that. And that's not all she did. She also unleashed the Chaos Wave, basically a giant tsunami of chaos energy that could destroy all creation and span out across the omniverse. It destroyed countless realities and dimensions. It got the attention of abstract beings like eternity and infinity. It resurrected Mad Jim Jaspers, and all this was essentially a byproduct of the spell. Wow, that's just some absolutely crazy power. You definitely don't want to get on her wrong side. That's for sure. But let's rewind here for a second. What do you do when your world is ending? And this time, well, I am talking about straight up apocalypse, final extinction, going the way of the dinosaurs. And not just your world ending, but all worlds ending. What do you do? Well, if you're anything like Doctor Strange, you sell your whole soul or have enough power to stop it. The multiverse is broken. Something is fundamentally wrong. And how do we know this? Oh, just because there are universes out there just like straight bumping into each other, otherwise known as incursions. Basically, two Earths would hit each other, and that would take out both universes. Only way to avoid this is to destroy one of the Earths before they collide. And as if that wasn't bad enough, each time an incursion is successful, the multiverse shrinks a little bit, which speeds up the process of all the other incursions. Basically, something had to be done. So assemble the Illuminati. And no, not these guys. They seemed a lot more flash and show than actual substance. I'm talking these guys. They'll know what to do, right? Well, they tried. They assembled the Infinity Gauntlet, and Captain America himself put it on. Even managed to use it to push back the Earth and stop the incursion. Awesome, we're saved! Except that was just a one-time thing. The Infinity Gems were all destroyed. So I guess we're back to the drawing board, right? Well, this is about the time where Doctor Strange takes it upon himself to try and solve this problem. And so he turned to none other than the Blood Bible, an absurdly dangerous book. I mean, according to Wong, just to touch it is enough to stain your soul. It contains spells that would always kill the user. And Strange was just like, F it, I'm gonna do it anyways. The book obviously messed him up, reshaped the way that he had to look at himself and everything around him. And in the end, well, Strange had to sacrifice everything. And in doing this, well, he was taken to the lost lands and the sinner's market. At the sinner's market, you could buy absolutely anything you could dream of: immortality, wealth, love, anything. But Strange was looking for power, a lot of power. And he ended up selling all of his soul in exchange for true godhood, to become the leader of the Black Priests. And now you might be wondering, who are the Black Priests? Well, they're multiversal entities that are basically like the antibodies, the white blood cells of the multiverse. Their job now is to stop the incursions. So, in order to do this, well, they're destroying as many Earths as possible in order to bring about an equilibrium to the multiverse. And they did this by speaking words. So the Black Priests are a hive mind made up of tens of thousands. And each individual priest is able to utter a single letter. So when they team up and string all of them together, well, they're able to form words and completely distort reality across the multiverse. And depending on how they arrange those letters and who says what and in what order, well, the results could be entirely different. Their powers aren't even clearly science or magic or anything. It's something more, something deeper, something even more powerful, something even more fundamental. These are the beings that Strange is in charge of. And there's something pretty key that separates Strange from the rest of them. While most all black priests speak simply in letters, Dr. Strange speaks in words, and he knows all of them. Dr. Strange is a god, literally a god, a being who understands reality on a fundamentally different and deeper level than anyone around him. And as long as he has the ability to speak, well, he's virtually unstoppable. And even on top of all this, he's still the Sorcerer Supreme, man. Like, seriously, even outside of everything with the Black Priests, Doctor Strange, as the Sorcerer Supreme, is just something else. He's crazy and like his base form. I mean, not even while he was Black Priest. Doctor Strange was like beating Galactus and helping to recreate all the Marvel Universe alongside the Living Tribunal. And not even while he was Black Priest. And I think the biggest thing here is that, well, Strange knows what he's doing. If both can shape the universe with their words, the difference here is that Doctor Strange is kind of intentionally doing that. Everything Scarlet Witch did in the big scope, a lot of it was by accident. It was unintentional. And if Doctor Strange knows what he's doing, if he has the power to reshape the multiverse and speak those words, on top of all of his previous power and knowledge and experience, well, I think that paints a pretty clear path to victory for him. I don't see him losing this one, even though Scarlet Witch is going to give him one heck of a good fight on her way out. Doctor Strange wins.